How y'all doing? I'm Marcus Taylor, athletic specialist for the SCIAA. Today on the Coaches Conversations, we've got some seasoned vets in the football arena. Now, I'm getting ready to talk to some guys and introduce you to some guys who you might not know, but I believe you really do know. First guy I'm going to introduce, Mr. Rodney Salisbury from the Whitehaven Tigers. Then you have Ching Robinson, who is with the Fairleigh Bulldogs. Then you have Coach Chris Smith with the Germantown Red Devils. And you got this guy over here, Mr. Deron Sutton, who is the coach of the Ridgeway Roadrunners. And then we got a guy who's in his first year at this school, the Cordova Wolves, but last year he was East High School's football coach. So again, we want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to kind of hear what they're talking about. And we expect this to be a great thing. Coaches Conversation. We're not just going to have football all the time. We're going to have several different sports coming down. And we're going to talk to the coaches, seasoned coaches, those that work hard, put in great work, and produce great scholars. So that, with no further ado, I'm going to start my conversation with my coaches. Coaches, how y'all doing, man? I'm going to take this seat right here and kind of sit down with you guys. We kind of shake, rattle, and roll from there. Look, first and foremost, man, you know the season's about to come up. And you guys are some of the ones that everybody tends to talk about. Germantown, awesome year last year, undefeated regular season. Ching Robinson with the Fairleigh Bulldogs. You guys actually made it to the playoffs. I hadn't seen that kind of light in a long time. Go Bulldogs. Then, of course, we got Sutton that's always on the cusp of getting there, always makes playoffs, but always has talent there to do it. And then you got this guy right here. This guy here, man, is something else. I mean, we finally got him a field out at Cordova, so he's excited about that. He's been at East putting it down for years, but he's now at Cordova High School, which is an awesome testimony of his body of work. So with that being said, then of course, you know, I got this guy right across from me. Everybody knows who this guy is. He's the mayor of Whitehaven. He's a football coach. He preaches and teaches on Sunday. And then we got Rodney Salisbury of the Whitehaven Tigers. My first question is to all you guys, no matter who want to dive in first, what can I look forward to out of your teams this year?
I'm going to jump first.
You have at it.
Well, one, as they know, the expectations is we set high expectations all the way across the board, and I know all these guys do as well. So our goal is to get our guys prepared to play a long season all the way through the 1st of December. So that's our goal. So that's our expectation across the board. And pretty much only 2 of us got to bump heads on their path. Well, 3 of us got to bump heads on their path. So we might have to knock each other out, but that's a good thing. Competition makes you better, and so we're looking for excited, competitive season.
Jane, what about yourself, man? You coming in second year, head coach, North Carolina graduate.
Yes, sir.
Whitehaven High School graduate.
Sir.
Coming back right around the corner. This your former coach, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got a great opportunity, man. You know, you shocked some people last year. Of course, everybody sitting at the table who knows you knows that you have that passion. Even when you came back from school and was on coach's sideline, we knew you had that passion, what you love doing, like to do. And so with saying that, man, how do you get back to where you were last year and even better?
Discipline is our key. So we're looking forward to a great year. Like Salisbury said, we're setting the expectations high, and discipline will get us there. We're looking forward, man. We got some young athletes. We're looking forward to unleash those athletes throughout the year.
That's what's
yes,
up. Son, I'm gonna throw it on you. I'm gonna come back to Chris.
Okay.
Tell me what your expectation is, here, man. Because now I'm gonna be honest. The word's been going about your QB. So we really want to know what you got going over there this year, man.
Well, man, the expectations stay the same regardless of whether we've made it there or not. The expectation is to reach the championship game and win it. So, you know, we like to look forward to the season. If everybody stays healthy and our quarterback can stay upright for the foremost, I think we'll have a great opportunity to achieve some of those goals, you know. I play, you know, Coach Salisbury this season, and that's an annual thing because we're going to make it an annual thing as it's been.
Right.
And, you know, we like to play tough competition, but right now I have that 0-0 optimism right now. You know, nothing's going wrong right now, so we're headed in the right direction.
Definitely.
Chris, let me get at you. Germantown last year, the perfect regular season. This be coming into your 3rd year, fourth year over there?
Be my fourth year this
Fourth
season.
year, yeah, awesome, man. How do you breathe a winning attitude and culture out there at Germantown? Because, you know, so many years they had guys out there who were out there for years. I mean, I think it was Coach White for years. So now you're coming in from Arkansas, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you're new to the city. You know, it's probably only 1 or 2 barbecue places you know in the town. So at the end of the day, man, coming in, how are you able to breathe that winning culture into your scholar athletes?
Germantown's had a lot of tradition, so that helped me out. You know, football is a premier sport at, you know, Germantown High School, so that helped. And, of course, the standard and expectations that Coach Salisbury talked about, it's always critical. But we had to develop a new identity, I think, and we started that identity. I don't know how many people actually believed in it or not, but we stayed with it, and we've kind of built a new identity into Germantown High School, but while keeping a lot of the good things that they did have, which was, you know, tough, hard-nosed football, being extremely disciplined, staying committed, and just doing things, you know, the tough, hard-nosed way that football is meant to be played, and I think they had that naturally built into them at Germantown. Now, what we've tried to do is kind of re-engineer some things, and we've made it exciting, and we've tried to play a style of ball that I think fits the kids that we have at Germantown High School. We give them opportunities to make one-on-one plays, but I think the kids know that we do our best to put them in positions to make plays, but it starts with off season. You know, everybody gets really excited that, you know, it's now an in season, but we've you know, went right into the weight room and just grinded it out all off season in the weight room, and tried to instill that in them. The football play is a reward that they get during the games, and our kids buy into that, and they bought into the culture, and that's a credit to the kids. We got good kids too, and I got a lot of good coaching help around me that's made the transition a lot easier, though, because once those coaches bought in, the players bought in, then the parents bought back in, then you start having a lot of alumni come back. Right. And there's some prominent alumni at Germantown, like, no question. You know, and a lot of them came back, and the kids start to see those guys around. They're like, hey, you need to listen to the coaches. Right. And then it makes it my job a lot easier to coach those guys and for them to believe and buy in. That's helped us a whole lot.
Well, see, that leads me to another one. So I'm coming to Marcus Wimberley over at Cordova High School this year. You're a winning coach, man. And Cordova has a pretty good history of winning. But you've been to the mountaintop. You know, state champion, was it 2016? Yeah. So how do you go over and go from maybe 800 scholars to 2,100 scholars, and, you know, feel and be able to go take care of your business out there and breathe that same thing? Like, you're not starting from scratch, but you got to build your culture out there. It was Jones's culture in one particular town. Now it's yours, and you're proven the winner. How do you go out there, man, and make everything work for you? The parents, the students, the administration, your coaching staff. How do you get there to make that win and work for you?
Well, you got to put one voice out there, and everybody, like Coach said, got to buy into it. But you already said it. Everybody is a part of a great program. It's not just on the coaches or the players. It's on the administrators, the teachers, the parents. Everybody has to be involved in your program to make it great. And you have to communicate that. That's a big thing, is communication. You got to communicate your vision to all the stakeholders. And they have to buy into it and keep each other accountable. And that's how you build a winning program, in my opinion. And just demand excellence. Excellence in competition. It'll eventually come to the forefront.
So with that being said, you know, you guys, y'all give me great lead-ins, man. I appreciate that. Being such intelligent scholars at the table. What I want to talk about and bring this to Coach Salisbury. Coach, you've been doing this for years, and Whitehaven is synonymous with that small town type feel. You got alumnus who work in the school, you got alumnus on your sideline. It's very rare you catch anybody that's not a Whitehaven Tiger to come over and work in Whitehaven. You actually have to die out of Whitehaven. It's almost like the post office and the railroad and MLG and W in the town. Yeah, so, you know, you guys died over there. So I'm saying all that to say, how do you keep that going on in the community all the time? How do you keep that up? You got a guy who, Smith is over at Germantown. They're starting to come back. Wimberley is over at Cordova. He's starting to build it up. Now, what do you do to continue to allow that to, how do you get them to speak the same language everywhere they go?
Well, we always say once a tiger, always a tiger. We breed that and we believe it. One, being a product of the program myself, being a product of the school myself. Our principal is a product of the system, a product of what we've done. We have upwards of 30 to 40 staff members that are former graduates. My coaching staff, about 90% are former players in the program. So it's just a natural instinct. When these guys are in college, when Gene and them are in college, every time they come home in the summer, we say, hey man, you got to come back and show these guys what you're doing. Come back and feed back into them. And it just builds that passion within them. So it's something that we're very intentional about, to understand that giving back to your community is something that has to be inbred in you. And it keeps fostering itself, you know. So if you believe in the product you preach, like my kids go to White. I've had 2 sons that have graduated, got 2 that are there now. So when you practice what you preach, believe in the product that you have. Like Coach Wembley said, all the stakeholders involved, everybody has bought into it. So we believe black and gold. You cut me, I believe in more ways than one.
No, I didn't want to hear the more ways than one. But now, to end this tiered piece off right here, I want to say this. On August the 9th and the 10th at Crump Stadium, you guys will be showcasing the talent. Now, I'm going to say this out loud. A lot of people are leery and weary that they don't get a chance to see, you know, what real talent you have. And so a lot of times, you know, the fans really want to know, what can they expect out of you guys for this jamboree on the 9th and the 10th at Crump Stadium starting at 6 o'clock? I know you guys are really, really editing and going to be there and do your thing. But what can I expect out of you guys when it comes to that? This tell me. Germantown came, you know, and they had the kids with the flag, with the shirts on, you know what I'm saying? They brought that, and no disrespect, but they brought that enthusiasm back to the jamboree. And I think that's what we got to start bringing back to the jamboree, the enthusiasm. You guys remember when you played in jamborees, those that's from Memphis, and then from your prospective towns and states, when we do jamborees, it was something that we really came to and wanted to make it big. So in your eyes, what can we expect out of your team this year for the jamboree? What you looking like?
I just think we want to make it exciting, play fast. Just, you know, it's the first real look, I think, for our fans to see, you know, the potential of the team. And of course, you want to put some guys in positions to make some explosive plays in the jamboree, especially with the shortened time. So it's a good evaluation tool, but also at the same time, it is the fans' first look, and they come out. So they came out with flags. We didn't plan that. They just wanted to come out there and see their team and see what kind of team they're going to be cheering for this season.
Hey man, what's up? Tell me, what you gonna look like for them?
Well, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see come August 10th. we look to play some guys, you know, get some game experience, because we have a lot of guys that aren't used to playing in front of the actual crowd yet.
Right.
So we try to get those guys some experience to see how it is when they react when the lights are actually on them. So, you know, we're gonna play our guys. We're gonna get some guys that haven't been playing enough, that it's their time now. So we look forward to seeing how those guys respond to being in the spotlight.
That's what's up. But look, at the end of the day, on August 9th, 10th, and 11th, Crump Stadium on the 9th, 10th, and 11th. And then on the 11th, we're going to be at Crump and Kirby for the middle school jamboree. We want everybody to come out and support these guys, and along with the other 34 teams that we have total in high school, and the other probably 50 that we have in middle school for the jamborees. So again, we thank you so much. And we're going to move on to the next session where we're going to talk about academics and the coaches' conversation.